Hi, I'm Mike Franzone. Welcome to Mike Franzone Ministries. I've got a doozy for you today. We're going to look at the 10 quotes from Margaret Sanger that will make you ill. You could say nauseated, sick, vomit. Now, for those of you who don't know, Margaret Sanger is the founder of Planned Parenthood. And how appropriate for today. We see that New York just passed a bill that would allow an abortion up to and after the third trimester. Now, according to the Democratic sponsor there in Virginia, it almost passed in Virginia, but the governor explained how a baby could basically be born, could be set to the side and, quote, made comfortable, and then why the mother and the doctor decide whether they're going to execute the baby or not. It almost passed in Virginia. It definitely passed in New York. They celebrated it. Rhode Island, California, New Mexico, and Vermont are some of the states that are looking at that horrible, evil bill right now. A baby could be killed after it's born in the third trimester. That's infanticide. That is the Democratic Party's new platform and new push. And we will see today why the Democratic Party protects the Planned Parenthood funding. And let me put on notice many of the weak-kneed and cowardly Republicans as well. Now, I'll give you a little background first before we look at her quotes. Margaret Sanger opened up the first Planned Parenthood clinic for birth control October the 16th, 1916 in Brooklyn, New York. She pushed and promoted racism, contraception, abortion, and eugenics. What is eugenics? Eugenics is a so-called science of improving the human race by controlling breeding. The Nazis and the fascists picked up on the idea as well, and they created the idea of the master race. Sanger advocated control over people, or control over procreation, or people that she deemed unfit. That would include, and she said this, Jews, blacks, the mentally challenged, Italians, and even Chinese. Why do you think Planned Parenthood and the abortion clinics are located in the minority sections of cities and neighborhoods? 80% of Planned Parenthood locations, these abortion clinics, are located in low-income areas. The majority there are Hispanics and blacks. This is the mindset we will see of Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood, by the way, the name is very deceptive. This was her vehicle to spread this racist culture of death. I mean, just Google her name if you want to find out more. Okay, let's get to the quotes. Are you ready? You got your barf bags ready? Quote number 1. The most merciful thing that a large family does to one of its infant members is to kill it. 2. We don't want the word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population. 3. I think the greatest sin in the world is bringing children into the world. 4. But for my view, I believe that there should be no more babies. 5th quote by Margaret Sanger, founder of Planned Parenthood. She said this, our objective is unlimited sexual gratification without the burden of unwanted children. She was a free love advocate. Number 6. Today, eugenics is suggested by the most diverse minds as the most adequate and thorough avenue of the solution of racial, political, yes, and social problems. 7th quote. On the contrary, the most urgent problem today is how to limit and discourage the overfertility of the mentally and physically defective. 8. Like the advocate of birth control, the eugenists, for instance, are seeking to assist the race toward the elimination of the unfit. We just mentioned the unfit. The Jews, the blacks, the Catholics, by the way. We didn't add that name in there. The Italians, the Chinese, the mentally challenged. Ninth quote from Margaret Sanger. Such human weeds, those are the unfit, clog up the path, drain up the energies and resources of this little earth. And number 10, 10th quote that should make you sick. Our failure to segregate morons who are increasing and multiplying demonstrate our foolhardy and extravagant sentimentalism. Just as a brief aside, I saw a 1957 interview that Mike Wallace did with Margaret Sanger. What I saw and what I heard was a mean, arrogant, hateful woman who hated different races, but had this poisonous hate and anger aimed at the Catholic Church and aimed at morality in general. And I think the sad thing today is that the Democratic Party continues to push this evil agenda, not only push it, but brag about it. Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood, is the hero of the Democrats, is the hero of the left. Hillary Clinton in 2009 accepted the Planned Parenthood Margaret Sanger Award. She praised her. She honored her. She said she wants to continue her work. You go on YouTube and look for Hillary Clinton honors Margaret Sanger, and you will see what I mean. And let me close with this. Any country that destroys its innocence, any country that destroys its babies, is a country that is headed for destruction. My prayer for you, if you're a believer, is that you and I stand up against this evil and stand up against abortion, not only in the third trimester, but abortion in general. And by the way, you can go on my YouTube station. I have a message, I think it was a year ago, from Psalm 139. It was the case against abortion, Psalm 139. All right, I'm Mike Franzone, Mike Franzone Ministries. I hope you like and subscribe. God bless. See you next time.